I'm Claudia Kay and welcome back to my channel. So first I got friend mail, and then second we are going to go over all of the prompts from weeks 23 through weeks 40. And I will try very hard to link the video in the description box that goes over weeks 1 through 22 because that was I did a whole video on weeks 1 through 22 of the Altered Book Project where I went over all the ones that we had pulled so far. So this video I will go over weeks 23 through 40. If you don't know what the Altered Book Project is, I have a coffee chat and a small sale every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we pull a prompt for our Altered Book Project. This one is mine. This is the one that my daughter did when she was in junior high. And I saved it all these years because I knew someday life would calm down and I would get to do my own. So this one is hers. This one is mine. We'll go through the pages in mine too. And I set this project up because I have a chronic illness. If you don't know that about me, multiple chronic illnesses actually. I set this up so that, number one, the prompts were really easy. The prompts were really inexpensive. And you could skip a week or two or a month if you were having a flare-up, if you're having a busy time in your life. If you had a kid graduating in May, you probably skipped all of May. These are not in any order. We pick them randomly out of a bowl every week. Pyrex, of course, because vintage life. And you can make it as elaborate as you want or as simple as you want. And some of my pages are a little elaborate and some are super simple. And it was just the point of the project is to get you to do something creative when you have time that's relaxing. It doesn't cost you a lot. So first friend mail. I got a belated birthday present because I turned 50 this year if you missed it. Not sure how you missed it since that was my whole personality for the first half of the year. We turned 50, and so my beautiful, lovely friend, Kitty Cat, sent me this swan. She also sent me a very lovely card. Look, she put a purple cat on it. Isn't her handwriting gorgeous? So the Kitty Cat sent me this swan, and it's going to go up on the top shelf with the clear glass up there. I don't know, though. Maybe she'd fit in over here with the pink and white ones, too. I love it. I love it so much. It's this size. So thank you, Kathy. I absolutely love it. And it says Price Products, Taiwan. So probably from the 80s. I love her. I love the swoopy necks. So that was my friend mail. I was so excited to get it. It's beautiful and I love it. So on to the Altered Book Project. So I'm going to tell you the prompts from week 23 through 40, and then I'm going to go through the book. So if you've already been through the book with me, or you are in every Wednesday morning and you don't, then you can just skip the end of the video after I give you the prompts. We pull it on a little slip every week. I save the little slips, but I've misplaced a couple. So we're starting out with the first week of June. So this was the prompt we pulled June 7th. And it was, make a page that makes you happy. And that was week 23. June 14th. We did use the word strong to inspire a page. That was week 24. Week 25, which was June 21st, draw on a page with markers. And again, that could be as simple as drawing a few lines or as elaborate as a whole picture, just depending on how fancy of an artist you are. Scrapbook a page. That's week 26, week of June 28th. This is week 27. Make a page with unusual materials. like coins or wire or plastic. So week 27, that was July 5th, we pulled that one. Make a folded page. We pulled this one July 12th, that was week 28. This one, decorate the cover of your book. A lot of people had been looking forward to this one. And would you know that whatever idea I had when I first started out with this in January, I couldn't remember, so I've not decorated the cover of my book yet. I had a specific idea in mind and now I can't remember, but this was week 29, the week of July 19th. Then week 30, use a quote by a person of color you admire. And I'd given in my live the week after, I'd given a couple of quotes, one by Martin Luther King Jr. and one by Maya Angelou. So that one was week 30, July 26th. And then, so here's two I misplaced, and I used them at the same time. Actually put these two together. And that's another thing you can do if you want to catch up. Incorporate 2 or 3 or 4 into the same page. You don't have to have a page for each of these. There are no rules at all. The point of this was to be creative. If it relaxes you. Otherwise, don't do it. I'm doing it simply for fun. I'm doing it simply to have a creative outlet without having to think about it. I don't have to look at my 25 project ideas or half-finished projects and go, oh, I can't make a decision. No, this is easy. I've just got the prompt every week, and then I do it if I have the time and the energy, and if I don't, I don't. So that week was week 31, and that was August 2nd, make a polka dot page. And August 9th, week 32, was make a star page. And I did combine both those. I'll show you. Week 33, incorporate an envelope. And that was August 16th. August 23rd, August 23rd, I've misplaced that prompt too. That was alter the edges of some pages. Week 34, alter the edges of some pages. And then week 35, use textures on a page. That was August 30th. And then we were into September. Collage a page that is traveled inspired. Week 36. Week 37, make a red and black page. Black and red page. And that's week 37. And that was September 13th. And then make a floral page. This one was week 38, and that was September 20th. And decoupage or Mod Podge a page with trash, such as candy wrappers or junk mail. And that was week 39. And that was the 27th, so that was the last one of September. And then last week's is make a vintage page, so that is week 40, which means we only have 12 weeks of these left, you guys. Can you believe that? This year's flown by. But that was from the 4th, October 4th, make a vintage page. So I'm filming this on Tuesday, so obviously tomorrow for Coffee Chat and a Small Sale, we will be doing week 41. I pull those live, so I never know what they are ahead of time. That is completely and totally random. I wrote 52 down at the beginning of the year, tossed them into the Pyrex bowl, and they have sat there ever since. So I don't peek. I don't go through them and go, oh, I'd rather do this one. No, it's totally random. So let's go through my book. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always drop a comment below. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you comment a smiley face, it does help the algorithm then recognizes that people are watching my videos and interacting with them, and it just helps push it out to more people so more people see my content. But if you have questions and you're like, oh, I think that sounds stupid, then email me. It's claudiakvintage@gmail.com, and I check it pretty regularly. I forget to check spam, and I have found, like a week later, I have found an email in spam, and it just felt terrible. I hadn't answered it right away, but it went spam. But anyway, there are no stupid questions. So if you have a question, but you're like, I don't want other people to see my question, just email me. Just email me and I'll email you back. So this was my book. I picked it. It is an antique, technically. It is over 100 years old. But I looked it up. It's not uncommon. It's not in fantastic shape. And it already had 2 different inscriptions. It had been gifted and then regifted. So it already had been written in. So I didn't mind altering it. And it's falling apart. Also, look, it's filthy. Also, if you're one of the people who I was for years, who thinks books are sacred, no matter what book they are, would never turn down the corner of a book. I would never crack the spine. I was always so careful. I did not loan my books to people that would do that. I don't eat over my books. But then I found out how many books go into the landfill every year. So I have watched them at Goodwill go along, scoop all of the books off the shelf into a wheelie bin, take it in the back, then it goes to the Goodwill bins. And when they don't sell at the Goodwill bins, they go to the landfill. So if you've ever had hesitation about altering a book, and I did give other options, you can use a notebook if you don't want to alter a book. You can still do all of the projects in a notebook, or any kind of blank book, and you can pick those up at Dollar Tree. So if you truly feel like I cannot alter a book, you don't have to. You could, if you like to do Sudoku puzzles or crosswords, do that and then use that as your altered book. So there are options for people that never could alter a real book. For my daughters, we'd gone and gotten a book from Ollie's for a couple of dollars. Nobody ever read this book. I have no idea how popular of a book it ever was. I mean, there are people that write books that are just terrible, and then nobody reads them, and then they've produced these books, and then they go to Ollie's, and then they go to the landfill. So if you don't want to alter a book, you don't have to. There are other options to do the project. But I picked this one. It's not uncommon, and it was in terrible shape. And I loved it. It is a poem written by a woman under a male pseudonym, and had these beautiful like graphics inside the poem. Plus it had a bunch of pages in the beginning, like about her life and stuff. So it gave me a lot of pages to do the project with. So I'm just going to go through. So here, this was not my floral page. A lot of my pages have flowers because I love flowers. This was my stamp page. Spring has sprung. April showers bring May flowers. So you can kind of tell the time frame that I did this in. Plus, so I used the stamps, and then I used stickers that look like stamps. So that was my first page. And like I said, I did not do my cover yet. I did this page pretty early on. Sparkle was our keyword for the year for Glass with Class. And then these are pages that I added in and then later altered with the staples. So these are pages that I can also add stickers to, like I did here. I did a whole spread here. This might have been things that I love. I don't remember anymore which page was which. I should have written it down. I did not, but don't overthink it. This one right here is all cards and things that I have gotten from other resellers over the last few years. And you can see here where I added those pages in with washi tape. Here's the very first page I think I did. These just colored pencils. I just did a rainbow. You can see the staining in the pages. So this book was in pretty bad shape. And look, it's completely broken here. This is one of the first inscriptions that was in this book. And it was in 1910 that they wrote this inscription. This book was to John and Catherine, Christmas of 1910. And here I have some unaltered pages. Trying to be really careful since it's falling apart. So it was Two Lovers by George Eliot, but George Eliot was actually a woman, and I thought that was super cool. And this book was published in 1909. So here's one of my more elaborate pages. So this is what I'm talking about when you can do elaborate or you can do super simple. So I made these pop-up flowers and did a whole purple theme. But, you know, if you go back to that rainbow page, it couldn't have been any more simple than just coloring that with colored pencils. So as elaborate or as simple as you have the energy for. This angel was made entirely out of makeup. And then I blacked out the words on this page to make my own sentence, which was, "The surprise is a delightful dance with a poet." And added flowers. This one is actually my floral page. I challenged myself to do it all in neutral tones instead of the bright flowers I normally do. And that one says, "The flowers appear on earth." And then this is my stars and my polka dots page. And then we wrote one of the prompts. See, pages. One of the prompts was to write a letter to ourselves. So, and to incorporate an envelope. So we've done both those things on this page. I wrote a letter to myself. I made an envelope and I sealed it. And then I made the envelope that it slides down into. And then I put to open in 2028, in 5 years. Here I did an Audrey Hepburn Breakfast at Tiffany's page. It's my favorite movie, with more florals. I do love my flowers. And we've got another one of those gorgeous graphics. So some of these I'm probably going to leave in the book completely unaltered just because they're so pretty. This one, I just cut out the poem part that was here so that you saw to the pretty graphic below. I do intend to go back and make this fancier at some point, but I was really struggling just to get that cut out because the pages of this are very cloth-like, and I have to be careful how I glue. I can't put glue directly on the page because the page starts to disintegrate. So I have to put the glue on the piece that I'm putting onto the page, the back of the piece, and then put it on, and then just kind of not mess with it too much. So here's our bold page from the first half of the year. Be bold. Here I altered the edge of this by just cutting it. That was our altering the edge. And then you saw this one. I loved the graphics. I didn't want to do anything crazy, so I just added some roses, and this was my red and black page. I kept it super, super simple. So, like I say, you know, depending on your energy level, you can do something elaborate. You could do something super simple. This page was all washi tape, again with the florals. And I was going to do this basket weave on the whole page, and this is how far I got into it before I'm like, there's no way. I'm not going to do that for the rest of the page. So it got stripes down here. And then this is my trash page, the Mod Podge prompt. And these were candy wrappers that I saved from Christmas. I think it was my daughter had bought me Lindt truffles, but it may be my mom. They both know that I like those. So I'd saved those. And because it is fall right now, I didn't use any of the blue ones. I just used these 3 colors. Just make it kind of fall. And then this was my marker page. Again, super simple. Super simple. I took a ruler, I took a handful of markers, and that's what I did. And I don't remember which page this was. And I think, yep, that's my last page. Here's what the back of the book looks like, just naturally. So that's how far I am in here. And you'll notice there are a lot in the last couple of months that I didn't do. A lot of prompts I didn't do. And that's because I've been struggling with my health. If you don't follow me, I have a second channel called Claudia K Behind the Scenes. I'll also drop that one down below too in the description. But I talk about on there what I've been going through. I'm doing a little better. I am able to make more videos again. That's the hope anyway. But you can, if you want to know what's going on with my health, you can go over there. Otherwise, we keep it pretty light-hearted on this channel. We don't dwell on all the, yuckiness. So that is everything for this video. I hope that catches everybody up. I hope you're having fun with it. And if you're just starting out, pick a couple of prompts, slap them into a book, see how it makes you feel. And if you enjoyed it, do some more. As always, remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything. It may mean everything to someone else. Bye, guys.